blah blah.
So, morning guys, my name's Matt. I'm a front end mechanic for Sebastian Vettel's car. You just caught us here, it's Thursday morning. We're just about to put the cars together. We've just done our turnaround prep from yesterday from the last race. So now it's just a big thing today. We've got fire ups coming up, got our brake bleeds to do, and then set up stuff. So I've been in the team now for 6 years. I've been traveling for 4. I did 2 years before that in the factory, and I originally started as an apprentice. So I came out of college when I was 18. I spent 2 years with the team, training up, went around different departments, and I basically settled in doing sub-assembly work. So sort of fed me into doing the car prep route, and then I was lucky enough to get a step up in 2017, and then been here ever since, really. Each car is a front-end mechanic, so we've got Michael in the other car, he's also nicknamed Beardy. So he'll do exactly the same job as me in the other car, and our job is to look after from where the driver sits forward, so that's all suspension, all the brake ducts, all the driver fit, little bits of chassis tuning, and then yeah, just ensuring that the car is up to the right specifications, so we can change lots of things like the geometry, the cooling for the brake ducts, there's things like rim heating, how hot the tyres are going to be. We're going to change the driver comfort, so race specific could be like pedal changes, comfort changes, circuit dependent changes. So yeah, we have to look after all of that, basically in a nutshell. And yeah, today we're about to start doing a brake bleed, which is our part in the car, and then we can get into fire ups after that.
Hi, my name is Michael Beard, or everyone else in the pit lane knows me as Beardy, and I'm Lance's front end mechanic. So you're joining us now at lunchtime on Thursday, on car build day. We've just fired up. We now got the car complete. We've come to the FIA patch just to make sure that everything's legal. So my job down here will be, we have our 3 front wings, 2 on the stand here, 1 on the car, and then we'll go through that on the weighbridge, make sure all the heights are legal, make sure the weights are legal for the car, just check over everything really. So I've been with the team now for 4 years. I started back in 2018. I was actually a rear end mechanic back then, and then the following year joined on the front end when Lance came to the team. I started F1 back in 2011. So I went straight from college. I had an apprenticeship with McLaren where I was actually trained as a model maker. I spent 4.5 years there, and then did 2 years with Haas. After the 2 years with Haas, I moved to what was Force India at the time, and then through the name changes now to Aston Martin F1 team. So you've already met my counterpart Matty on Vettel's car, so we work together very closely. We always liaise with each other, make sure we're always doing the same thing. The car's always at the same spec, to the same standards. We want to try and keep everything as good as possible, as high a standard as possible. We don't really have any competition between us. We get on really, really well. We've always been very, very close at the track and away from the track.
Yeah, so we're just setting the steering now before we start. Just incredibly important to have it set to dead on 0 before we can start doing a setup. There you go, bang on 0. So we'll normally do setup, we'll do one on a Thursday, so obviously before we run on a Friday morning, and then we'll do a set down post Friday running. So after FP2, when all the cameras go off, we're going to have the car in the garage, and we're going to be doing basically a setup check, make sure nothing's moved during running, make sure we actually know where the car's finished up, because the engineers will put that into their sums, and they'll all run all the data in the evening to get ready for the qualifying. And then we'll do another setup on Friday night, so the car's back together before we get into quali, and then after that you're in part firming, so you won't touch it until Sunday night. You just set down again, and then that's about it. So it's incredibly important now to make sure everything's bang on right, because you don't want to go into Friday with a wrong setup or the car's not sitting right, because it's going to throw off all the data on the engineers. So yeah, it's incredibly important we get this dead on right. Yep, so we're just going to crack on with this now. We're going to make sure it's bang on right because we've got a big day ahead tomorrow. So yeah, we'll catch up with you guys another time. See you in a bit.
Hello and welcome to Fan Forum. We are very excited to be joined today by the Aston Martin drivers. Sebastian Vettel joining us first of all. Thank you so much for your time. Today we'll be putting, Ben would like to know, have you ever scared yourself in the car?
I'll do that later, but yeah, so far not really.
Keep going, right, stop, right hand down.
Morning guys, we're here, we've got pit stop practice now, so it's pretty important this week because the pit lane is super tight, so we're a bit of a disadvantage this week really because the car's going to be turning in a lot, so it's going to be quite important actually.
Welcome back. I thought I'd just try and give you a little insight on one of our interactions with the driver is every time he jumps in the car we strap him in. So it's really hard to see from my head cam, not just getting in now, just prepping his crotch straps. So I'll take his radio, just connect his microphone to the car, make sure that they're both latched. We come down. Start by connecting the lap strap. The most important thing I always listen for is a positive click in the button. And I always do this in the same order every time. So it's the same routine for me, the same routine for Lance. So again, listen for a positive click. Use the thumb on the crotch strap. We don't tangle with radio up. So the shoulder strap, through the crotch strap, through the lap strap, and then the final click. And slightly tighten them up. Come across. Sure his radio's connected. Put the car into that power mode.
Overall, we got a bit unlucky losing some time in the morning with the engine swap, but we were able to recover. So now it will be interesting to see what we can find overnight. The track for sure is good fun and the atmosphere is amazing. So already looking forward to tomorrow.
So evening guys, you've caught us, it's middle of Friday night at the moment. We're just got our first quiet moment of the day really. It's been pretty hectic on both sides.
Between FP1 and 2, just a real camaraderie between both car crews. How like everyone just mucked in, helped out. Everyone from Lance's crew come across to help Vettel's crew. You know, we're all just one team here, and it's just really about making sure the cars get out on time, or as close to the time as possible, and just making sure everything's correct and ready to go.
So yeah guys, I think that's going to be us for now. We need to go back, finish our work off. We've got a couple more bits to tune up, get ready for the patch. So we'll probably see you guys, I don't know, later on or probably tomorrow morning. Some more fun and games.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. See you in a bit.
It's Saturday morning in the paddock here. We've just come in, we've just had our breakfast, so we'll head over to the garage now. So last night we had with a few issues in the garage, we ended up having quite a long night and still have quite a lot to do this morning. So it was a little bit frantic for us this morning. But we'll get it all done, and then the car will be out for FP3 on time. And then subsequently we'll move into qualifying. And qualifying for us is
Best day of the week, isn't it?
yeah, well, yeah, best day of the week.
It's my favourite day of the week.
It's the certainly probably one of the most exciting points, other than tomorrow mid-race. We'll, as you saw yesterday, sort of what we do in the garage, qualifying, we pretty much do exactly the same job, but everything probably gets about 50% faster in terms of all of our turnarounds. So
just a lot quicker pace, quick
Yeah.
fire. The whole day is gonna be quick now, quick quali, quick turnaround.
Well, obviously a bit disappointing today. I think we expected more from the session, so puts us in a bad place for tomorrow. But let's see if we can come up with something different, and hopefully can make up quite a couple of places.
Morning, mate. You good, man?
So
Alright,
welcome to the garage on a Sunday morning. No. So the car gets covered up overnight. It's part of one of the FIA regulations, and then bang on 10 o'clock, as you would have heard the countdown, we uncover it, and that enables us to start our work for the day. So first things first, we'll put the race fuel in it, and then straight after that, we'll get into brake bleed, one of our jobs first thing for a Sunday morning. And then it'll be a little race prep, so you'll catch us throughout the day. We'll do driver drinks, we'll get the car, make sure it's in tip-top condition, ready for the race. And then now just going to get some music on the go for the lads, so we're all in a good mood and good to start the day. I'll catch you in a little bit.
So guys, it's a bit you don't really get to see very often, but doing the driver's drinks bag this morning. So this is a Sunday morning thing only. Basically, during the race, because the race is so long, it's important that the driver needs to get fluids on. So, like in a marathon, you want to take fluids on. In a race, he's using so much energy, he needs to make sure he can stay hydrated. So we're literally just going to prep this bag up. We get these drinks, so his trainer will make these. He'll deliver this to us in the morning, and then we can start get him in the bag, get him in the fridge to chill out before the race. So it's obviously very important at this stage to make sure everything's clean, because he's going to be stuck on this the whole race, so it doesn't mean anything nasty on there. But suck it in. So this bag, this will sit behind this seat in the car, so it's literally going to sit right in this seat back. It's important to get it as cold as we can before the race, because it's going to be sat against a hot engine in a hot box for 3 hours, maybe 4 hours last week in Spa. Did the whole race. Then he'll have, I don't know if you've seen his helmet, but he's got a little straw. Issue with just sticking his mouth in a helmet, and he can suck it as he needs to, or spit it out when he doesn't. But yeah, I'll save the rest of this, take it to the grid with us just in case he wants any more on there. So FOM, the people who run the Formula 1, they've just given us our camera for the weekend. So every car runs a 360 camera on top. So just going to smash this in. And I think this is what you can see through like the apps and stuff when you watch it, and just get a cool little angle. But just take out our dummy one. We run this all weekend just for weight. It's exactly the same weight as the FIA supplied one. Get this out. There we go. So every car runs this, but they've got a selection of different cameras as well. Sometimes they run ones on the nose, so you get the reload following ones. We were running one on the side pod, but this is done on every single car. So you'll, I don't know, it might be a little feature you don't really notice on the car, but here it is. Button to the back for aero, and then yeah, good to race. Good to go. Ready for the race? You get warmed up? Okay guys, we're about to head to the grid. We're basically just waiting on the driver now. So we're all ready, we've got the seating ready to go, the driver drink which you saw, that's in the car now. Front wings on, that's set. Basically it's the last bits of prep now, the grid trolleys are getting ready, and then we're going to get the driver in the car for one last time, and then we'll head our way to the grid. So yeah, it's important now to be super chilled. Like, I think Beard's the same, when we get in Seb and Lance in the car now, it's just important for us to be really chilled. Stick to our normal routine, get him in the car, make sure he's happy, his drink's working, his radio's working, he's happy with the steering wheel, and then yeah, we'll go to the grid. And when we get to the grid, there's not a lot we can do. Obviously we're in Parc Fermé now, so we can't adjust the car. All we can do is a wing angle, like we spoke about earlier, so me and Beard are probably doing a bit of tuning on that, depending on how the driver felt on the outlap, to get the driver out of the car. Here you go to the national anthem, then we'll get him back in the car for the final time before the race. Again, make sure he's happy. And other than that, just give the car a good look around, make sure the front end's not got any damage to it, not got a little rocks in the gravel trap. Give it a little clean, and that's about all we can do really. Then enjoy the atmosphere like today. Enjoy the Dutch fans.
A bit difficult drive today. I tried everything I could. It was very difficult to pass the other cars at the beginning of the race, and we lost too much time to really do something meaningful at the end and to come back. So yeah, I think the weakness or the Achilles heel this weekend has been qualifying. Something we need to focus on, and hopefully we have a better run on Saturday next weekend.
So just collecting the cars now after they finish the race. You can probably see as they're very, very dirty, covered in rubber and oil and all sorts of stuff. So we'll pop it back in the garage now. We'll clean it down, we'll set it down so we know that all the suspension parameters are still the same and as expected. Then we'll get into stripping it. So then we can pull it apart into its main three components: split it, chassis, gearbox, and engine. And then we'll load it up into the trucks tonight so it can get on its way to Monza. Alright, then you're joining us here. We're just in the middle of stripping the car down now, probably a couple of hours left to pack up. Just wanted to say, well, thanks for joining us, and like the weekend for us wasn't quite what we'd hoped for, but you know, that's racing, that's what we're here for.
Try again next weekend for some
yeah.
more points.
We'll catch you at the next one.
Yeah. Cheers,
Hopefully
guys.
you got to learn a little bit about what we do around the garage and enjoyed it.
Had
so,
a bit of fun with us. And,
yeah.
yeah. It's been
we'll
a
catch
pleasure.
you in the next one.
Thank you very much, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much. Thank you.